Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Mrs. Best Reviews channel. I am Mrs. Best. We are here with James from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel.
Hey.
Thank you for being here. I hope that everybody takes the opportunity to subscribe to James's channel. The link is always in the description of this video. There's also a link in the description of this video to other YouTubers as well, such as Kiwan TV, who we just completed a live for love during lockup for, and Shayna_MCD, as well as Also Best and popular LA artist Too Hungry. So please support somebody Black in my bio, please do. But we're here to go over the Valley Persian style. This episode is episode 3 of season 1, titled Bartender Blues. I needed to pick up. It started good, but I needed to pick back up. But I'm going to have strong opinions on some of these people today because they just, some of them acted a fool. Sky and Bombshot, I'm tired of Sky. She explains she grew up rich. There's a lot of people that grew up rich and aren't as sedity and bougie and rude as you. To grow up rich means you should have grew up with some class and decorum and coof, and you don't have any of it, Sky. You just don't. It's fake. But they're talking, and for some reason, Gigi's OnlyFans comes up, and Sky gave the most jealous statement ever. And she's probably going to say at the reunion, well, you know, my English, not my first language, but we understood what you were trying to say. You understand it well enough for us to get context, baby. Don't do that. English is not my first language either, baby, but I speak it just fine. Don't do that. You hear long enough and you practice it long enough, you'll start to get that shit. You just will. That's how it works. So I'm looking at like why she says when she finds out Gigi has an OnlyFans, why don't I have one? Because I really think this lady looks down on Gigi.
Oh, of course.
He also grew up rich. And she's like, how can this bitch have something I don't have? And I'm just kind of like, how'd you feel about that?
She reminds me of Shasta from Real Housewives of Dubai. Just, you know, just snobby and just, I don't like her, y'all. I tried. I really did. I gave her like 1 or 2 episodes. I don't like her. I feel like, yeah, that was a dig at Gigi for the OnlyFans. I feel like, why would you need one? You have a husband. That's why your husband was all like, OnlyFans, that's only for like.
The only way you catch me on OnlyFans is if I was like Suki Hana when she was with Kill Bill. We got to be on there together. That's the only way. That is the only way. And even then, I couldn't do it. But I guess some people are like, I'm beautiful. Pay me for this picture.
I mean, I've known people to do it, and they said they don't show their face at all. They just show, you know, an eyeball or an ear or a toe. So, I mean.
There was a Black Mirror episode that on Netflix my husband had me watch where some guy was doing something to make money for his sick wife. And he wasn't showing his face, but I guess people do that. But yeah, we tired of Sky. But they looked it up and it says sex worker, which was funny because I think Bombshot was genuine. And I don't think he knows about that shit. No, I just don't. I'm actually starting to warm.
He's a senior citizen, so no, he don't know nothing about that.
Not a senior citizen.
He is.
He is warming up to me though, because I can tell he's only on this show for his wife, and I think he would be willing to do the work. And he's going against, which we'll get into later, the grain of his culture for how she be treating him.
Yeah, because to me, I looked at it as I figured she was the problem. And I've been saying that, and this kind of gave me confirmation that she definitely is the problem.
Yeah, I agree with that. Now, Tommy, not Bobby. I got my shit together today. Tommy, MJ's for now husband on television, but current soon-to-be ex-husband, tells MJ that her mama told him that she's unhappy in her marriage, and he feel like her mom needs to butt out their business, but he also said he loves her and he's just like her. But then he tells MJ that all of the worst parts of her she got from her mother. I would have punched him in his face. We would have fought. Domestic violence, arrest me. You're not going to talk about my mama or my family and then only say that the worst parts of me come from them. Stay the fuck away from her then. How about that, Tommy? That pissed me off. I know that would piss James off because he loves it now.
It did piss me off because I'm like, well, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? And at the end of the day, you saying that like you don't lay down and sleep. So I need, like, I can't stand with men do that. Like, I was just like, okay, so you trying to throw my upbringing, but I can say, what if I talked about your mama? Because you rude as fuck. Is your mama rude? Like, the hell?
Was she passed on. He liked to cry about that, but don't want to be respectful. Tommy does too much. He really does. And I understand. I'm surprised she dealt with this for so long. But women like her who over wear makeup, do too much plastic surgery, are not secure. And I'm hoping that she's finding her own security. I do. But we gonna move forward unless you wanted to add more to.
No, because I don't like him, and I think that the news we got early on, I'm glad that I can't wait to see how that plays out. I'm just saying, I cannot wait.
It helped. I like when stuff comes out and then we get to watch the actual fallout, as you said. Tannen is complaining to Greg about Reza, and well, she's complaining. She's complaining about her husband to Reza and Sky, and I'm looking at Tannen and I'm like, baby girl, if you're been sleeping in rooms for this long, it looks like you're just kind of staying with him because of maybe his financial situation. But that confused me because he felt bad for making her cry. And Reza tells Tannen the best advice ever, honestly. I don't like Reza too much right now. He's not giving much on this show, but I do appreciate him for saying something about marriage and any relationship that is simple. You should want to be around your husband. And if you don't want to be around your husband, then end the relationship. If you don't enjoy being around someone, or if spending time with someone is not something you want to do and you cannot fit into your schedule, let that person go. Because you cannot have a relationship if you do not talk to each other, if you're not sleeping in the same bed, if you're not seeing each other, and if one person is paying for your bills and doing things for you while not seeing you. That's not fair to anybody. So, Tannen, let him go. But I don't think she wants to let him go because she's a COO for a company with that big, beautiful house. And if she lets him go, he's going to get a part of it. So, he could get alimony. Hell, he unemployed. So I don't know, but he gives her a Porsche, an old one, which I thought was odd, but it was beautiful. He gifted her a Porsche. She didn't even hardly give him a hug. She was just like, oh, thank you, and a peck on the kid. If my husband gifts me with a car, you're getting more than a hug and a kiss. My drawers would be on the ground, even if we outside, and I would be saying, okay, now come get this kitty cat in this car. Thank you.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Like,
you and her are two different people. You and her.
I know we two different people.
Y'all two different people. She gives me very pretentious. She gonna see the shit on her Amex bill. That's why she was pissed.
I wasn't gonna say that because I wanted to give the brother the benefit of the doubt, but you're probably right.
Like you said, because I would have had, trust me, my reaction on TV, I probably would have did a backflip and bust my head open if someone bring a Porsche to me. So I'm just saying, like, for me, like, I'm gonna act a complete fool, get up in it, and talk about, oh, we gotta go to In-N-Out Burger. Come on.
Right.
So,
right
like, now. Yeah, like, I need to show this off because I know.
He said, I'm gonna wait in the longest line I can find in California so everybody can see me waiting on my double with animal fries and a Neapolitan shake.
Because I know In-N-Out Burger gonna be packed as hell, so I'm gonna look at my new portion, just the cheese and from absolutely. That is
Make sure to tell the guy no grilled onions. I don't need the car smelling like it. Like you gonna have your stuff together. I could not. But yeah, I just felt like someone gifts you something. Show a little more appreciation, but she does give pretentious. I will say that.
Yeah.
Reza had a scene with his man. It was cute, but boring. Tabbouleh, this is not a food that will fill you up. I'm tired of hearing about it and seeing it. You want to add anything about their relationship? I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to be dismissive of a same-sex couple on television. I know some of you are sensitive and want to go there. In case you don't know, my best friend who I do things with the internet on, he dates men. I have lots of friends that date men. I've dated women. I don't really care who dates who, but I do think they have a nice relationship. Their love is cute. They are adorable. Like, they're cute. But I just feel like Reza's in his happy place with his man and didn't need to come back to the show based on what I've gotten thus far.
I agree.
And that's okay, because everyone should grow up and mature.
I agree. You know, a reality TV check is one of the easiest checks you can get from what I hear. So I can understand why they're here. Like, I understand it directly, but I don't know. I just feel like if you truly are happy after, you know, starting your reality TV career single and, you know, saying how taboo it is for you to be a homosexual on, you know, in your culture in general, I just feel like for me, okay, now that we see you're in love and stuff like that, I guess, I don't know, I'm not that impressed by it as much as I should be because of how he started, but I'm just not impressed by it. I'm just like, okay,
fair. But we're going to move forward. So Gigi, RJ, which is the other Reza, and Natasha, they go to get their nails done at Princess Love's salon. And look, DM Rocks hits us up. Good morning, DM
right
Rocks.
on time.
Right on time, as I'm mentioning, Princess Love. You are meant to be here. My goodness. But they go to Princess Love's nail salon. I did not know Princess had a nail salon. I am not surprised because she's actually an incredible businesswoman if people look at her portfolio. The only ratchet parts of her life are the Zeus Network she participated in helping to create, and her husband, Ray J, who she has finally gotten an order of protection against. So I was happy to see Princess, and she looked happy. And I went and looked up the nail salon. Y'all knew I was going to do it because that's what me and James do. You show us a restaurant or a salon or somewhere we could get to, we looking it up. We're going to do it.
Y'all watch my Bell Collective Live if y'all don't believe us.
Prella is the name of the salon. It is in the San Fernando Valley, which is the part of the valley in LA that's nicer, a little more pricey. But Princess was smart to put a salon there instead of in LA, because she's going to save a lot of money on rent. And people are always looking to get their nails done. And I was reading the reviews on Yelp and Google, and she does nails. Like, she's a manicurist. I had no idea. So good for you, Princess Love. From Oakland, California to Texas to love and hip hop and now the salon. You go, girl. Look at you. Shout out to the town. But they get their nails done, and them G's on Gigi's toes were terrible. I didn't like her feet. Like, the shape of her toenail, she should always just do a color or a French tip and nothing else. But I digress. She brings up Dennis, who is an ex that we kind of saw her about towards the end when they were doing Shaws of Sunset. This is the ex who she was married to for a week, not even 7 days. It was annulled the next week and finalized at the end of the second week. And her and this man don't have kids or anything like that together. But the issue that they had is that after they broke up, he slept with her friend who was around for their nuptials in Vegas. Her marriage history is insane because prior to this, years and years ago on Shaws of Sunset, she got married and was divorced within a month. Gigi, are you the Kim Kardashian of our Persian population in LA? Wait, Kim Kardashian counts as part of that population, I believe, too.
I was going to say, yeah. That's not too far off, but no, Gigi did it right because Kim Kardashian, it took 2 years for her to actually divorce Chris Humphries. So, no, Gigi actually did it the correct way.
A week.
Getting annulment. No, don't give me no divorce. Give me my annulment. I don't want to act like this shit never happened.
If you sense that it's not going to work early on and you marrying somebody that you really didn't have that, like, and I mean, you weren't together for at least 3 consecutive years without never breaking up, get the annulment. Don't be ashamed of it. It erases it.
It literally you can't find it. You can't find anything, especially if you do it in California, you do the confidential marriage too.
Yeah, I always say this because people like to believe this fallacy that once it's gone, it was never there. And that's never true because the courts always find it, but regular people can't.
Yeah.
The courts will always know. And when you get married, there is something that you check now. It used to not include annulments. My friend, shout out to Jenny, recently got married in October. And there is now a box list because she was checking it. And she said, shit, I hope this goes well. Just being funny, Snapchatting me. They have a box now. Have you ever had an annulment? So I said, listen, you're going to find out or you don't. They let you do the separate window now, but child, you're going to find out one way or the other. Never apologize, Naya. I'm happy to see you this morning. Good afternoon to you and Thug Life. But yeah, Gigi, cool off on the marriage, okay?
Or maybe you should like just live in sin. I don't understand. Like,
No,
just live
it's it.
in sin. It's okay. Happy birthday,
Birthday,
Naya.
Naya. Somebody play Stevie Wonder. Happy birthday to you. I hope that
Yeah.
you enjoy your special day. I genuinely do. Oh, my StreamYard is doing something strange. The
We still
screen
hear
went
you.
like, it just
Oh,
showed like nothing. It was weird. I don't know.
mine does that all the
Happy birthday.
time. Yeah. Yeah.
Naya, are you a Capricorn or an Aquarius?
She is
I think she's a Capricorn.
no, she's an Aquarius. It's only the 17th.
Oh, she's cusp.
No, she's a Capricorn. No. She's on the cusp of Aquarius. Yes. No, you're right, Capricorn.
Oh, shit. Don't confuse me. Lord, but happy
No,
birthday.
I got confused because I was like, wait. You're 35,
Not I'm 35 years younger.
Yes. I knew we went to high school. I knew we went to high school together. I knew it.
I'm cracking up. My husband just tagged me in something. It was a guy doing like one step on a stair too hard. And he looked at his knee and it was Monique from Precious. Yeah, bitch. Fuck you. I was like, oh my God. He was like, your knees. I said, Lord, help us. God bless the knees, girl.
35 knee. I had a whole knee injury. Lord Jesus, I tell you.
What is it about 35 and knees?
I don't know what it is. Hell, at 25, I had torn my meniscus. So I was like, that's why I don't celebrate my birthday big on odd years. I never do it. Me and Mrs. Best had this conversation, and I said, I don't celebrate my birthday on odd years anymore.
Child, I have a torn meniscus right now on both knees and no cartilage in one of them. But I did do dance. I did dance professionally, did cheerleading, and played every sport that I could. But I can't even drop it low and spread it wide like I used to.
I drop it low. I'm falling on the floor. So
yeah, I be having to stay down there and do the bounce to look like I'm just feeling
okay.
the music. But really, my knees is shaking, and I don't know how to get back.
It go like this. It go like this. You just gotta do it, and then
just start hitting it.
And then you gotta have that one friend to grab your arm and lift your ass back up for everybody to see.
Right, the Hoyer lift. Oh Lord, help our knees. But happy birthday, Naya. I hope you enjoy it and appreciate you for trying to spend any time with us on your day. I really do appreciate it. Lord, where were we? Because now I'm just thinking about my knees. Because when you talk about knee pain, you know that shit gonna start hurting later.
Yep, and I gotta go to the gym too, so that's really gonna be some hell.
The gym is in. I don't want to think about it. But after all of this happens at the nail salon, I was like, okay, I think we covered that already. But Sky and Bombshan have a trunk event, which is essentially she designs jewelry. Some of it looked okay. A lot of it wasn't that cute or nice to me or worth the money, but she lost her mind and went off on Bombshad because the bartender that he hired canceled and did not arrive. And she's mad at him because she said, I asked you 4 days ago. You're a failure. It ain't his fault that the bartender did not show up. And I don't give a damn if you asked him 3 minutes ago. You asked him to do something and he did it.
It's like it's his fault that I mean, damn.
What the fuck is wrong with her?
She's something else. Lord, jeez.
All over Champagne. Because as quiet as it's kept, Sky, your event was whack. It was very low budget for a bitch to claim you grew up rich and got to judge people. Why would you not be set up before anyone arrived? Wake up on time and you'll probably be able to do that. You had your kids in the house knowing you were going to have an event for adults. When my parents used to have adults in the house and stuff, we'd get sent away unless it was a family event. We'd be at my Nana house. So I don't understand that part. Then you got people drinking alcohol and it's 81 degrees outside. And I don't think y'all understand. Do not underestimate dry heat. The dry heat of Vegas, Phoenix, and Southern California is intense. Sitting out in that heat will make you go crazy. Okay? Like, unless you barbecuing. Naya said, just because you rich don't mean you have sense. Because she didn't have no sense. She didn't. If the bartender didn't come, I would have said, we have a self-serving bar. And I would have just popped open all of those corks of champagne and got the little, I can't remember the name of it, but you put it in once the cork is popped to keep it fresh and all of that, and told people to pour their own shit. Because it was just your friends in your backyard with one tray of jewelry.
Well, literally one. I'm glad you said it, because I was going to say. I said
You knew I
you
was.
act like you had a whole catalog of shit from one end to the other. You had this little bitty little table.
She had one fold-up table that really wasn't even big enough for a spades game. We can't even play spades around the motherfucker. It was so small. I said, what kind of event? She didn't have no music playing. Like, people was just outside. And Gigi got bored. And our good sis said she smokes an ounce of weed, a zip, every 48 hours. Now, Gigi pulled out that pre-roll, that raw pre-roll, and she sparked it up. She says she's bored at this hot ass party. And I believe her. There's no liquor. It's hot outside. There's no music playing. And there's an angry Persian lady running around with a questionable looking hairline, hollering at her husband about a bartender that she should have had for her event because this is her job. I don't call my husband and ask him to help me to go do social work. I do not do that. Well, I have done it once because I needed him to drive me around. But outside of driving, your husband should not be doing your job for you. That's just my opinion. But Sky gets snooty about Gigi lighting up her joint. She was like, I don't want the kids to see her smoking. Oh, God. Oh, God. I said, you know what? I actually thought it was rude. I am an avid marijuana smoker. What did I do at your house, James, when I smoked? I went out
3 blocks over
and off the fucking property and almost died by some sort of wild insect. But the reason I did that is because, one, it's not my home. If you smoke anything, whether it is hookah, marijuana, cigarettes, or a vape, I don't give a damn if it smells like purple Urkel or if it smells like cotton candy. You don't just smoke everywhere, because secondhand smoke is a thing. Some people are genuinely bothered by the smell of things. And when it comes to weed, depending on what you roll it in, it's going to smell a certain type of way. I don't find it to be anything wrong with her not wanting her kids to see someone smoking. My only feedback for Sky is stop being a bougie bitch and walk up to her and say, hey, could you please put that out? I don't want marijuana at the party, or feel free to go out to the front. But you didn't have to like complain to everybody else but Gigi. And then it looks like from the preview of the next episode, she's not even going to talk to Gigi about it until after the event, which irked me. But did you also feel like it was rude for Gigi to smoke? I felt like it was rude to just spark up without asking or warning anyone.
Yeah, it was definitely rude, but it was the way she did it. Like, it was literally in 1 second, she said, and I was like, what the hell just happened, and where did that come from? Because me, y'all, in my experiences of, people, I'm very old when it comes to my mindset. I'm used to people breaking up the weed, putting it in
that's not old. We still do that.
Okay, but she had it ready, and I wasn't ready. And I said,
she don't know how to smoke. So she's what I like to call one of those smokers who, so there's regular California smokers, the ones of us who've been doing it before the shit was even legal. And then there are smokers like Gigi who think that they have to go to the cannabis store to buy their stuff, because I promise you that's where that pre-roll came from. The problem that I have with Gigi is, baby, if you were to go to a street dealer or find you a grower, which a lot of rich people do who live here, you'd probably spend $1,500 a month in weed. So, because I spend in a month $100 on weed, and I smoke every day. And that's if I'm like really wanting to spend the $100, because I'm a cheap smoker. I don't care. But I also am a person who could call my cousin and get a zip for $50. So shout out to my cousin. Call me when you're free.
I don't know nothing about that life. But
I do. She's spending too much money. She's uppity, but then you want to smoke that. People. Lord.
No, we know that, but it was just the way she did it. I mean, Cruella DeVille ain't even that slick. So I'm just like, damn.
Crazy.
Like,
Naya said, I love a good pre-roll, but I'm in Pennsylvania, so it's a bit different, and it's in select stores. Yeah, it's different everywhere. Pre-rolls, a good pre-roll, nothing hits like it though. It's the smoothest. A good pre-roll or a good bong hit, chef's kiss. But I don't know what she's doing. Like, and a lot of cannabis stores have deals and things like that. So if you're spending that much, that means you're just probably buying the same strain, the same things every time. Like, I don't know. Gigi, be more responsible. She said, don't let me come into a lump sum. I actually have a friend who her mom is 70 but still smokes. I love her mom. But this lady every year, because she still works for whatever reason, talking about she don't want to lose her abilities, she gets a tax return still. She takes her taxes. She takes $500 of it every year, and she goes and buys weed. She has a deep freezer. This is an OG 70-year-old lady in her garage here in California. And her deep freezer is just weed because she says she could never finish it, but she just spends it every year on tax. And she put it in a deep freezer, sealed it, and all this stuff. I did not know it. Apparently, it keeps it fresh. I said, what kind of science is that? what they say? What kind of sorcery? Like, I don't understand that, but people be serious about their weed. I like to smoke, but I ain't. If I gotta buy deep freezers and stuff, I'll be sober. Ain't no way.
Listen, it ain't for me. I tell you, I tried and I tried. It is not for me. It just is not for me. I don't. To each his own. Y'all do what y'all want to do.
And that's fair, because when we go, me and James will be in New Orleans at some point this year, and I'm gonna just keep it real. Like, him and my husband will y'all probably gonna see some interesting videos of them, probably just the best of friends and drunk. Me, I'll probably be their designated driver. I don't drink like that. I think
she should. I told her hurricane.
But I say that to say, if someone knows something's not for them, I hope people respect it. You know what I mean? Because I know sometimes people be like, "Why did you smoke it?"
Don't mention New Orleans because I'm on a good plate of jambalaya right now.
I'll make you one. I'll make you one.
You live too damn far. It's not like you live around the corner.
No, in New Orleans. My dad wants me to see an uncle, so you're actually gonna have to meet one of my uncles, and my uncle wants to cook jambalaya with me. So.
Listen, I'm there to eat. I'm there to eat. What Mary say? Eat, drink, and be merry.
You know what? Oh Lord, he was like, call your cousin Shalice. She'll make you and your friends some gumbo. Call this person. I'm like,
call Shalice. They'll make some gumbo. Look, and we got somebody to make crab cake. Call them too.
He just trying to eat. Let's move forward. Natasha and Amir are talking about their kids and their life, and I hollered because he's like, I mean, I am with one child. I don't mind having a big family, and she's like, we are outnumbered by these tiny humans. She literally used the words outnumbered by her kids.
She got her tubes. I didn't tell them.
That's what it's given.
That's what's given.
Got 3 under 5 or 3 under 6, something crazy.
Yeah, he went to the bathroom. She said, Tidy's got them tubes. Or he had to go to the work. Tidy's tubes.
I wouldn't want to do a major surgery either. That's hard to reverse and end up like Monietta. Y'all can go get a vasectomy and that shit is reversible. Child. Go ahead. Because women, we got to stick ourselves with shit, carry the pregnancy, menstruate and bleed and go through luteal phases every 30 days. He could get a damn vasectomy.
Wait, one of my coworkers that discovered she pregnant because she has 6 boys and her husband wants a little girl. And she said, I don't know how he gonna get it because I had my tubes set after that last one. I said, and she ain't never told him. So he keep trying, and she goes, I don't know. I guess your swimmers ain't swimming. But lo and behold, she got her tubes tied. I was hollering. But yeah, 6 boys.
She got for the trap me again.
Yeah, she said.
Poor girl.
Yeah, because she said after the 6th baby was because she said she didn't want to have no kids after the 5th one. But then she got pregnant with the 6th one. She said, tie these tubes. I can't do this no more. And what's crazy is that at that time, she was only 33 years old with 6 boys.
Yeah, I would have tied mine too. I still got another 17 years. I could still potentially get pregnant. You fertile as hell. Tie it up. Trying to tell you. I'm cracking up my hair braider. I love her to death. She got 5 kids. She said to me while braiding my hair, because one of the kids made a noise. She said, I don't know how I let this happen. I knew after the second one I should have stopped. I said, what you knew after the second one? funny as hell, but they feel outnumbered, but not much happened with them in the episode. I just thought that was funny and figured I'd mention them. Sky, Bombshad, Greg, and Tannen end up chatting about relationships because neither of these couples are sleeping in the same room. But with Sky and Bombshad, there's still love there, I think. I feel like more so on his end to her.
I was going to say it's on his end.
There's still some type of something there. And they also seem to like, when they're conversating with each other outside of her being frustrated, they do seem to get along and have something. But Greg and Tannen is entirely different. And I don't know. It just seems like the discussions of the relationships of these two, it's like y'all both know that your relationships need some work. I think Sky and Bombshot, if they were to go to counseling and take it seriously, individually and together, they could be okay. Tannen and Greg, I think, have been done. I think that she's just going to keep talking about this and living with him until he gets stable again. And I think then she'll leave. I really do. But Sky went off some more on the bartender. I don't want to keep going off about it. Did you want to add anything to the last little bit of that party?
No.
That was really okay. Oh, James gave me the no.
No.
I thought this episode was light, and I'm looking at my notes. I'm like, I'm already at the last scene, which is Gigi meeting with Dennis, the ex-husband. We're not even gonna call him the ex-husband. We're gonna call him her ex. It was an old, but she meets with her ex. She explains she's so upset with him for sleeping with her friend. He was like, this wasn't a real good friend if she'd sleep with me. And then you act like it's a problem, like I cheated on you and I did this after we broke up. He did have her there. You married this man after fucking around lightly for not very long. We're only married for a week. You broke up. Once you're broken up, he can go whichever direction he goes. If you're done with him and don't want him, what is the problem? Look at TJ and Amy from Good Morning America. They was both cheating on each other, the anchors, both cheating on their spouses with each other. Do you know that they did an actual spouse swap? TJ and Amy are getting married and they invited their ex-wife and ex-husband to the wedding because they are a couple now? What the fuck kind of shit is that? I thought that was crazy. I thought that was crazy.
If I didn't know any better, I thought they were swingers and just
that's what it's looking like.
That's what it looked like to me.
Not the spouse swap. Like what? Crazy. But it seems like Dennis was trying to play it off as like something that just was not that big of a deal. I do feel like you're done. He can do what he wants. He doesn't have to do what he wants with your friends, but what do you expect from a fool that you divorced after a week? I don't know what it is Gigi wants from him. It seems like he was helpful with her business and stuff, but she ended up walking away from him saying she needed to punch something. I said, baby, you're not smoking weed correctly. There's been times I've been pissed off at my husband, like as soon as this nigga walked through the door, he gonna hear my mouth. And then I roll a blunt. And then I'd be like, I'm so happy to see you. You know, I'm also a bipolar ass Gemini, but weed usually calms you down. So the fact that the adverse effect is going on with Gigi, please stop. I feel like there's a lot of pain that she's gone through or something that happened to her that she's not talking about because it just seems like she's doing stuff to hold her own self back versus making choices. And I don't always feel like it's intentional, but I hope she figures it out. But how did you feel about the meeting with Dennis?
I kind of feel like, what signs did you ignore? Because this man gave me shady, cheating ass vibes the moment he walked into that restaurant. So I'm trying to figure out what signs did you ignore, or was you high then and married him? I don't know, but it was definitely given. Oh yeah, he looked like he was about some bullshit, and y'all's probably like y'all wedding was some drunk affair. Like it don't look like it was something y'all soberly went into. I don't believe that for one bit, because he don't look like the commitment type. So what was it in him that you saw that was like, yeah, I'm about to marry this man and we're gonna live happily ever after? What in your mind said that about that man? Because I saw literally, if I got a cousin named Pookie in the corner, he finna go get at her. Like, I'm sorry, I just didn't see faithful. So I just want to know, I don't know what she mad at, because girl, he looks like
he'll cheat. Getting with somebody who was similar to her at the time, partying, free-spirited, and may have had this, but I agree with that. When you have realistic expectations, Sometimes you're still gonna feel it, but at the very least, it's not gonna hurt as bad because you saw it coming. She does not have realistic expectations of a person like him at all.
No, well, no, or maybe she had clouded judgment because she probably expected her out of him. Because maybe she is loyal, maybe she is, someone who's for commitment, and because they're similar in personality, maybe she thought he was that way too. But clearly, he's not. He looked like he a fuck boy ready to party. So it's like, girl, I don't know what you saw.
Yeah, pretty
Your
much.
friend, and then
He's
the
not even
friend
with
that
the
he
girl
cheated.
no more.
Yeah, the friend. Yeah, the friend he cheated with, she ain't shit either. So it's like,
I can't with her. Naya said, big facts. We supposed to calm you down and rest the soul, not enrage. If it's doing that, you either have an undiagnosed chemical imbalance in your brain, aka a mental health diagnosis, or you need actual therapy and you're trying to use it to mask other stuff. I'm just saying. I know back in the day, our generation was taught weed is the gateway drug and then DARE programs and all of that. But I mean, yes, to a certain extent, but some people like myself are not willing to do other drugs. And some people who are not willing to do other drugs, but also want to avoid therapy and stuff, I think that result is Gigi. I really do. But I love Gigi. I still do. I hope she learns. That was one of the things I didn't like about Shah's of Sunset ending. I felt like we didn't get to watch her growth. So I hope that we'll get to see it here. That is what I will say. Again, we want to give a final happy birthday to Naya. If you are subscribed to this channel and you have a birthday, do not be shy. I love birthdays, not mine, but I do love birthdays. Congratulations on another year around the sun. We happy you still here.
yeah,
life, and I hope everybody kiss your ass today.
right, because they should. And when I come to Philly, girl, I need a Philly cheesesteak.
Take me to the hood though, Naya.
Yeah,
Please.
take it to the rock.
Hole
I'll
in the
the car,
wall.
duck
Where
my
it's
head.
good.
I'll duck my head down and be ready. But I need a good Philly. Because when we mentioned that yesterday, girl, that was what I wanted. A Philly cheesesteak. I said, oh, we can't get a good one here. You gotta go to Charlie's, and that's bad enough.
Oh Lord, but happy birthday to Naya. We really hope you enjoy your day. And happy birthday to all the Capricorns. If I missed your birthday, happy birthday to you. We will be, she said, ooh, child, again. Lord, we will be live again on Monday. We will be live on both channels, on James's channel for Married to Medicine and Housewives of Potomac. And then we will be live on my channel for 90 Day Fiance. Before the 90 days, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is coming back February 17th. And my husband was like, you should announce it.
No, you should announce it. It's giving Shelby from The Best Man.
It's actually one of my favorite movies. Fun fact. That and Soul Food. Love them. But yeah, we'll be covering Love and Hip Hop Atlanta once it returns. But love and light to everybody. Happy Saturday. Please subscribe to James's channel as well. And we'll see y'all next time. Adios.